We made it 2,600 feet. Here we are at the top. There's Snow Mountain, looking rugged and huge. And we're heading out to Wabena Point, where some 2,000 to 3,000 year old petroglyphs, sacred rock art from Maidu peoples who came here, worshipped here, probably were thrilled by the view here of the Wabena drainage over here to the left. It's incredible. About 8 years ago, Russell Toll, Catherine Canyon Spirit O'Reilly, and I, we came down these rugged slopes over here in front of us and ended up down there at the base of Snow Mountain, about 3,000 feet below, and it was a mother humpa, to say the least, because when you take a look at how far down that river is, it just looks like a little thin ribbon winding its way through this amazing canyon. And in front of Snow Mountain over there, as a matter of fact, the river disappears completely and goes underground and reemerges about a half a mile or maybe more downstream. So this is some incredible country. Mary and I are both limping to get out here. This is the final icing on the cake of our adventure. My 55th birthday weekend adventure. You can sort of get a sense of the ruggedness of the terrain. There's the snow and heat right there. Again, the Wabena drainage over here. And the sacred rock art is on this little knoll up here, which is Wabena Point. And years ago, 7, 8 years ago, Russell Toll, who died 2 years ago in a tragic accident, he always told me about the petroglyphs up here, but I never got him to take me here. I guess that was on the agenda. But I finally made it here last year. Ron Gould and some others came out here, hiked down into the Palisades trailhead, and had 3 or 4 days, spread Russell's ashes down in the river, one of his favorite spots. And so now we're approaching the hillock. Here we go. Whew. It's just, no, I'm no Greg Aiello of motion. I don't know what he's got. I'll tell you what he's got over me. He's got a script. I've got just talking.
What about Huell Hauser?
And then there's Huell Hauser, says Mary.
You mean to tell me?
He's got a script too. You mean to tell me that we are coming upon some rock art now? Now, what's the difference between rock art and petroglyphs? What, you mean to tell me it's the same thing? I'll be darned. And how far down? Oh, I shouldn't make fun of Huell. He's a good boy. I mean, you got to work to get here, don't you, honey?
Yeah.
And yeah, here we are at Wabena Point, where yesterday we were down there. Down there. You could even see where we were. Right where that white gully comes in, we were just up from that, pointing up to here.
Woo.
Okay, this is
Down that river.
This is how high up we were. And
how far down
far down we had to go. And now, a moment of silence for the sacred rock art. There are Ursula's prints. As you can see, they worshipped her. She was part of their world. And it's an incredible panel. Check it out, honey. And then come up here for the creme de la creme of the views. Wow, okay. This is as good as it gets. There's the North Fork Canyon. You can see the Wabena Ridge, Wildcat Ridge, big granite ridge beyond there. That's where Mary and I have traditionally camped. The big granite confluence of the North Fork. And you can see the river's dry at the base of Snow Mountain. Just incredible. Don't know what caused it. Maybe buried talus from this massive slope here just caused it to go underwater. Underground, I mean. There's Rattlesnake Falls, okay? That's beautiful. You can barely see it down there. Tinker's Knob up there. And in the far distance, Castle Peak.